Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me
Yeah,
okay?
I'm good. You want to welcome everybody to the show? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you got an interesting guest tonight, or for the show, don't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Well. I was reading. He's an actor.
Yes.
Okay. This will be a new change for me.
Hmm.
So why don't we just bring him on real quick, and we'll have him talk about himself a little bit, and introduce himself.
Yeah. Let him tell us about everything.
Yeah.
There he is. James Stokes,
Hey
how are
guys,
you?
I'm
Hey
doing good.
James.
How are you guys doing? Chad, Gwen, how are
Good.
you?
Good. So
Good.
you've been in the acting business, huh?
Been in acting business for a little while, yes sir.
Right on. Right on. So you want to give us a little bit of a background about who you are and how you got started and everything?
Well, my name is James Stokes. I'm 54 years old. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I got started about, I guess I've been acting now for about 14, 15 years. Did it on the side for a while I worked my other job as a licensed EMT and with and doing all that. And I just probably about 5 years ago started doing it full time, and that's what I do now. Is I'm an actor full time pretty much now.
Oh,
So
right on. So
mhm.
you do a lot of horror themed stuff.
I do. I got not that that's what I wanted to do or nothing like that. I love it. I love the horror genre. It's absolutely phenomenal. Making a horror movie. It's
I
fun.
bet.
It's
I
yeah.
bet it'd be
It's great. Yeah, very physical at times. Stuff like that. I love doing the stunts and stuff in my movies. So it's been a fun journey over the last several years.
fun. So you do your own stunts too and everything.
I do. I do all my own stunts. Yep. There. I don't. Yep, I love doing the physicality of all the fighting and stuff like that. I love it. Yep.
Have you ever gotten injured doing that?
Oh yeah. I've almost dislocated my shoulder. I've done some. Yeah, I've gotten hurt several times.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So have you ever? What are your thoughts on the actual paranormal?
Oh
Uh,
God, I love the paranormal. I've got several friends across different states that do ghost hunting and paranormal activities and stuff like that. I've been a part of a few, not as many as I want, but no, the paranormal is right up my alley. I
you're
absolutely loving it.
you're a
Yes,
believer.
phenomenal.
You're definitely a believer then, 100%.
100%, 100%
Good.
believable. Yes, yes.
So, have you had any personal experiences involving the paranormal
Oh,
that you like to
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, do you want a story or you just
Sure,
what?
sure. Well, I mean,
Okay.
is there anything
Yeah.
that sticks out?
Yeah. I was with some friends. Back in high school, you go out and you just you drive different places and stuff. Well, back in Kentucky, where I'm from, me and a couple of friends of mine, we heard about this place that was kind of haunted, of course, and so of course, we wanted to drive out to it. It's an old farmhouse, abandoned, some
Oh yeah,
some old barns and stuff. Well, of course, we go out there, and they say if you go out there and you cut your lights off and you roll your windows down, you can hear things and stuff like that.
right.
Well, we did that, of course, and I tell you right now, three teenage boys were crying when they left
Oh
because
really?
yeah, dude. I mean, it literally it scared us so bad. Yeah, I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of nowhere, and rolled down the windows, pitch dark, nothing. You couldn't see nothing. Just the moonlight just glow on the fields and stuff. But we literally heard something walking up behind us.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, of course, you're out in the field. You're thinking could be a horse, could be a cow, whatever. So we hit the brake lights, and as soon as we hit the brake lights, of course, your mind can play tricks on you. But it looked like someone was standing within 10 feet of the car.
Oh
And
yeah.
so, of course, I mean, I'm getting cold chills talking about it. And it's just, you roll up the window, you start the car, you go. Well, dude, we got about, I don't know, half a mile down this old road. Wasn't even on the main road. We were still in the field, about a half a mile. And I swear to God, something was trying to get into the door handle. Like it literally, you know how you hit the door handle and it pops and
Oh
pops.
yeah.
And yeah, and it scared us so bad, dude. I mean, it just scared us. So there was something definitely out there. I don't know what it was. You know, we were scared to death. We brought it back with us. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. So that was one incident, but there's been several others. But yes, that made me a total believer right there when I was in high school.
There's a lot of abandoned houses and old homesteads here too, and there's one that has
Where are you at, Chad?
I'm in Oregon.
You're in Oregon. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a little town called Wasco. It's basically a ghost town, and there's a lot of history here. Well, there's one house that everybody talked about, you know, as it was known as the Bell House, and I remember we went and we're going to go check it out. But the thing that stood out, I can relate to all that what you're saying, like the old homesteads and the noises, and it makes me wonder, like, why those places like that are haunted. You know, the old homesteads. Yeah, like, is it the history? I mean, there's kind of like a classic profile of a haunting, and that fits it exact, and it makes me wonder what all those elements make an old house haunted over a new house. And which is weird is there's stuff that's built that's brand new that has activity in it too. So
absolutely,
yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Well, it's just like the Bigfoot. It's just like the Bigfoot thing. I mean, I've been a member of the BFRO for a long time, the Bigfoot Hunting Society, and I've gone on trips, you know, looking for Bigfoot, and you know, of course, I mean, I've heard things. I can't explain it at all. So, you know, it's just, but it's absolutely phenomenal.
Right. Oh, well, this maybe you can answer this then. We were at a location here. Oh, it was about a week ago, and it's a strip of river that there's a river here called the John Day River, and there's sections of it that are really haunted. And we were at this specific location, and it sounded like somebody had thrown a huge rock into the water, like a 100-pound rock. And it didn't roll into the water. You could hear it go kabloosh, and then it hit the bottom. You hear it hit the bottom of the river.
Sure.
And there's this thing you could hear it wading around in the water. Like, we never did see it. There was like this wall of brush between us and it. But is that a characteristic of Bigfoot, is to throw rocks?
Absolutely. Yeah. Tree knot, throwing rocks, the screams. Yeah, it's all, you know, and when you're out that deep in the woods, something's making those sounds.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you don't plan a trip like that. I mean, people just don't. They're just not going to be out there doing that stuff.
Exactly.
Trying to scare people. Not that deep out in the woods, not that far and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have the same kind of reasoning on that.
Yeah.
There's you got people with you that if you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's a light, we'll say, and it's somebody with a flashlight at 3 a.m. in the morning out here in the middle of nowhere. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we ran into a situation like that with a light that we couldn't explain. Mm-hmm. And the person goes, well, it could be somebody with a flashlight. I'm like, out here at 3 o'clock in the morning, they just happen to be out here with a flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we're the only people, you know, idiotic enough to be out here this time of night.
Well, my latest movie that I did just come out on Prime. It just come out like 3 weeks ago. It's called The Forest Through the Trees. It deals with demons. So
I saw that.
Yeah. And then I'm scheduled to do another one at the end of this year. I think we're going to start filming around November. It's called The Trial of Margaret Stone. I am playing a prosecuting attorney in the 1800s, and this girl is possessed, and she is on trial for killing her parents. So it's going to be everything is taking place in the courtroom except some backstory that's going to be shown, some flashback scenes and stuff like that of the mom and dad and stuff like that. But I cannot wait to get filming on that one. But The Forest Through the Trees, y'all please go check it out. It's a really good movie. It's won a bunch of awards and stuff like that. So I'm very pleased with it. I helped produce that movie, and it's on Amazon Prime right now for everybody. So I think it's coming out on Tubi within the next week or two.
Right
So
on.
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, that's right up
So
my
can I
alley,
show
that
him?
kind of
Can I
stuff.
show him some of your characters? Is that okay?
Some of my characters?
Yeah, a couple of them that you had on your profile. Can I show?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you explain, but this is cool. I can't imagine sitting in makeup this long. But
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's where I played Jason. That's
Jason
in
Voorhees.
Voorhees Night of the Beast.
Mhm.
Yep, that was absolutely phenomenal. That suit was as hot as you can imagine it
Oh, I
would be
bet.
with hard latex. Yeah,
I
hard to
bet.
breathe in it too.
I bet so. And
Yeah.
one more,
Oh, wow.
one more.
Yeah,
There you go. That's part of it.
yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
So how'd you
Yeah.
like being Jason?
It changed my life, dude. I mean, it really did. I mean, it was getting to play an iconic character like that and bringing it to
Mhm.
life, and people actually loving it and loving seeing me portray that as like, I mean, because some of the greats, you know, with Kane Hodder and C.J. Graham
Sure,
and Derek
sure.
Mears, I mean, those guys are absolutely phenomenal. I've been to several conventions with those guys, sitting right next to them, and they're just phenomenal and great guys. So
That's awesome.
it was an honor for me to get to play that character. And ever
Right.
since that character, I've been in a lot of the horror movies. So, you know, I guess I get typecast a little bit getting to play Jason.
Right on. Well, it's a good
I
thing to have on your resume.
And I'm
Big thing to have on
absolutely
your
fine
resume.
with that.
You know, to be
Do
Jason
what?
Voorhees. I said that's quite the resume to have Jason
Oh.
Voorhees
It
on your
is-
resume. I mean, that's like as good as it gets.
Yeah, it's been, and I've been on big sets. I mean, I've been on SAG sets, you know, Screen Actors. Yeah, I've been on the big sets, you know, with Stranger Things. I've been on
Mhm.
independent sets and all that stuff, and it's just it's just been great.
Right on. I think acting would be fun. I think that would be fun. There was an acting class that reached out to me here a while back, and I attended one of them, and it was fun. It was actually Debbie Reynolds' acting class.
Wow.
And it was fun because they would do things like they would have each one of us play a character, and you would have no idea what the character was going to be. They would just drop the bomb on you, and I think I was Superman that lost his powers, you know, or something like that. But it was a lot of fun. I think it would be fun to, you know, get into acting. It'd be a lot of fun.
It has been so much fun. I mean, you know, it's just like dressing up as kids playing cowboys and Indians. Now you just do it and you get paid for it, and it's great. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. I mean, it's a great that'd be a great career to get into. There's a lot of competition like anything else, huh? But
Absolutely.
But you know, if you hang in there, you're probably, like you're saying, you hang in there, you'll eventually good things will happen.
And you know, it's playing that character has gotten me to do some things that I've been wanting to do all my life, and that's talk to kids about bullying. And I'm very big in anti-bullying.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm big talking to soldiers and stuff with PTSD and stuff like that. And it's given me a platform to be able to go and do things like that, and getting to talk to middle schoolers and stuff like that. That's more rewarding to me than any movie I could ever.
Oh yeah.
So
along with that, comes that platform. You know, the more that you get out there, that opens up all kinds of avenues.
Absolutely.
You also help out with the autistic children. I saw something about that.
I do as much as I can with that. Anytime that I'm asked to do something with the autistic community, it's I'm always there. I've got friends with autistic children. I was just at a country benefit several months ago. Got up on stage with some, you know, the kids wanted to bring the kids up, and it was really funny because they got to meet me, and they said that the only way they wanted to go up on stage was if I went with them. And so that was, you know, because and it's phenomenal, and it's just a great feeling, you know, to be able to do stuff like that. And it's just
it is,
because those kids are so brilliant, so smart, and it's just, I don't know, it's just an awesome feeling for me to be able to do stuff like that.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing. You know, you can't definitely can't lose doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
The more good you do like that. I mean, it's it makes a difference. It does.
Yeah, and I'm pretty harsh on the kids that I go talk to in the schools because I want to get a point across, because in middle
The
school,
bullying. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean that.
Please.
yeah,
Yes.
and middle school is where you're getting ready to go into high school, and you're going to choose the set of friends that you're going to be with for the next 4 years.
Critical time in your life.
Right, and you can either choose the right set of friends, or you could choose the wrong set of friends that's going to take you down the right path or the wrong path. So
exactly.
You got to be a little harsh.
It seems like nowadays children are, a lot of kids are missing that tough love part,
Well, sure they are.
Their life.
Yeah.
And,
well, we're in an age of everyone gets a trophy. It's just not that.
That's a very important thing to have. Especially being a young man. Some kids need to be disciplined. They really do. They do.
Well, of course they do. Yeah. I mean, they need that. They want that for the most part.
Exactly. Yes, they do. Absolutely. And that's kind of a controversial topic, but no, like when I was a kid, I needed my ass beat seriously, and I thank my father for doing so.
Well, sure.
It's if I didn't have that, I don't know where I'd be today. So definitely kudos to you, sir, for doing that. That's a very honorable thing.
Yes.
So this new movie that's coming out, the sequel to the one with the possessed girl, is it based on a true story?
No, it's all fictional. Are you talking about the Trial of Margaret Stone?
Yeah.
No, the Trial of Margaret Stone's all fictional. It's it's actually from the writer and director of Voorhees, Night of the Beast, Jason Pitts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal writer, great director. I love working for him. We've worked on many projects together. But anyway, it's just his writing is really spooky, man. I mean, he knows how to write a horror film for sure.
Well, that's that title. I mean, that whole setup for that movie sounds.
You should see the setup. I've already been to. We're going to film it in Arkansas, in Berryville, Arkansas, and the actual courtroom is an actual 1800s replica of the 1800s courtrooms. So it's going to look authentic. We're going to have authentic costumes. We're going to be. I'm going to look totally different.
There's several cases that are very well known that are kind of similar to that. The one case where there was a murder case where a kid was possessed. They made a movie about it. Actually, it's a sequel to the Ed and Lorraine trilogy. What they call The Conjuring.
The Conjuring.
Yeah, The Conjuring.
Yeah, isn't there one? There's one about the kid that was possessed and then he commits murder and trial and all that. I think there is. I think they made a movie about that, but that happened in real life. The similar type scenario.
Well, there's a lot of movies that's based out of the 1800s that's got possession.
Well, yeah. Well, hey, there's a case that I was involved in that was very similar to that, but 20 years after the fact.
Sure.
It's weird. I was just talking about this with some friends of mine the other day, and I can't remember how it came up, but there was this case when I was a kid. I lived in this little town called Carson, which is in the middle of nowhere, and it's one of those towns that a lot of dark stuff happens in the town, and it's out in the middle of nowhere. And there was this girl. I won't say her name because, for privacy reasons. She was a teenager, and that's the one the devil made me do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she had gone out with one of her friends out for buying out in the mudslinging in his truck, and his truck broke down. And this is weird because this whole thing ties together. And on their way back, walking back to another town, it's called Stevenson. She decided that for whatever reason, it would be a good idea to decapitate her with a Swiss Army knife. So,
wow.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, he got caught. and he went on and he took polygraph tests and he passed them. He said he don't know what happened to him. It wasn't him that did it. Well, 20 years after the fact, I get this call from these people that are her family, this girl's family members, and there has been a string of sightings where people see this apparition that looks like her daughter, and it's very graphic, and so they were upset with the thought that her daughter was not at rest and everything. So we did a investigation, but the weird part about it is there was, before this case, I was at a game of bingo with one of my friends, and this priest had been talking about this cave that was in Stevenson, and that it was demonically infested, and he went into the cave, and that he knew, and this guy was in his 30s. He's like, I know I'll be dead before the week's over, and he was dead before the week ended. So wow. Very weird circumstances there. And we investigated the cave, and this is all before the this case with the girl, and we had picked up some really weird stuff in the cave. Anyhow, fast forward a little bit. Well, the cave is right by where she was killed, come to find out. So that was really weird that was a connection. But we went and we did a full-blown investigation. I still have the file on it. We were able to get access to all the newspaper articles, everything, the police reports about what had happened. And we ended up helping the people. They ended up feeling much better about the situation. That their daughter it was something mimicking her daughter. It wasn't her daughter. And sure. It was just a very odd case, but it was very similar to what you're talking about. Where there's a murder case there involved. But it's interesting stuff. That's quite fascinating. Look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Love stuff like that. I love it. That's
yeah, it is. And this guy, he's still sitting in prison, but he had no prior record for doing this. Mm-hmm. And to commit such a gruesome crime, having no prior record, it's quite bizarre,
Wow.
But anyhow, yeah. So that's pretty. I mean, it's kind of some similarities there. It's weird that we were just talking about this like a day ago. It's odd.
Did you get any good evidence? Did you connect with her?
Oh yeah, we did. There's a couple of locations where the girl was sighted or seen, and we went to her grave site and ran some audio, and there was something that was beginning to speak is mimicking a girl, and then it would turn into a bunch of growly gibberish, and there was something that said it's quite a long time ago that we did this, but it was something. What was that?
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh,
my dog.
Okay.
The dog bark. We have some weird stuff happen on these shows sometimes. Yeah, we
do actually. Yeah.
whatever it wasn't very convincing that it was her. So that made him feel better about it. But there was one. I used to have all the photographs. I wish I can probably dig them up. But there was one photograph of my buddy taking a picture over my shoulder, and you can see this thing peeking out from around this tree. You can see the shoulder and the head. It's pretty interesting. Some photographs but it was just the whole process was learning a lot about the case was an interesting part, like learning all the details that when it was on the actual when it was on the news they didn't tell everybody all the details, of course.
Right.
So it was interesting to see all that.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting.
He gets some different stuff up there because they just don't have a whole lot of population, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's some odd stuff, we deal with. Some odd stuff, to say the least. But moving on. So when is the filming of this next movie start? Here pretty soon?
Somewhere around November. Mm-hmm.
November?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, as far as experiences, have you had anything else that stands out? Besides the homestead story? Do you have anything else come to stand out in the paranormal?
Not really that stands out. I mean, I've had things like I feel like things have touched me.
Mhm.
Well,
Of course,
okay,
the cold. You walk into a room and it just feels like it's ice cold in
oh
there.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's happened several times. But like I said, I've got several friends that do this paranormal um, researching and stuff like that, and I can't wait to get back out there and do it again.
It's
So
fun. It's fun. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy it.
I do too.
So now about the Bigfoot phenomenon, what do you think the Bigfoot phenomenon is? I'm just kind of curious what your personal thoughts are on that.
what I think you know what,
Animal? I mean, what do you
man,
think?
there is so much of this earth that is so vast and hasn't been explored. There's
Yes.
something out there. And there's just too many
Absolutely.
sites. I'm talking about police, EMS. They
Absolutely.
all, people have seen it. They've got it on camera. Yes, you can't explain it. Yes, sometimes it's grainy and all that stuff. And
Right.
and I know, and people that are skeptics and don't believe, they're always going to laugh at you and say it's stupid, and that's fine.
Well, skeptics are all funny. Yeah,
We don't
skeptics are all
care anymore.
Each his
No,
own,
skeptics are, I don't even. I'm skeptical about skeptics. I feel that I think that there's not anybody out there that's really truly skeptical. I think there's people that don't want to believe in this stuff because it makes them feel uncomfortable.
Well, dude, it's like going to a haunted house. If you go into a haunted house and you go, oh well, this stuff ain't real news, and you just walk through, why are you paying the money? You want
Right.
to be scared. You go in there with the attitude that you're gonna be scared. And
Well,
you want to be scared,
or
the jump
they're
scare.
trying to convince them, or they're desperately trying to convince themselves that this stuff doesn't exist, like a real haunted house. Because I've had people go out that you can tell that they're trying to reassure themselves that this stuff ain't real.
Well, sure,
but it is. And the fact of the matter is, so I think everybody, I'd say this about every show, everybody has had an experience if they think about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure 99%
probably so. Yes.
Yeah, and it's stuff that they've dismissed.
And they just write it off as something. They just write it off as nothing.
Exactly. Because you have that discussion with skeptics. It's like they, right off the bat, they don't want to talk about it. Well, okay, a true skeptic is willing to have an open mind to stuff, And if somebody's completely, totally closed-minded, that's somebody that's had a traumatizing experience and doesn't want to accept it,
That's exactly right. That's the whole thing, man. It's just.
And when it comes to Bigfoot, you're dealing with like the most eyewitness accounts ever,
Sure.
on any phenomenon that go back hundreds of years.
It's just like some of the footprints that they found. They found on sides of mountains that there is no way that you're just going to go up there and plant that. How do you know anybody's going to be walking through that exact spot?
It's pretty dedicated hoax.
It's not. There's something out there.
There is something out there, for sure.
Whether you believe it or not, I believe that there's something out there. And I don't know. Expedition Bigfoot making. Oh yeah, I love Expedition Bigfoot.
Who don't? Yeah. So I have a question for you, James, if you don't mind. I was a paramedic for a long, long time, and we have been, so we have been out like at night and all that, and we've seen some stuff that you just, not just paranormal, but Bigfoot-ish, let me say.
Yeah.
And have you ever been on a call or whatever and seen anything like that on TV?
Yes, I have, and it wasn't about Bigfoot though. This was more of the paranormal thing.
That's okay.
We got a call in Kentucky, and it's and it was for a teenage girl that was, well, we didn't know what it was. They just said that she was having stomach problems and she was, acting weird and all that stuff. Well, we get there, we pull up on scene. We didn't go emergency traffic because there was no reason to. So emergency traffic was lights and sirens, for some people that don't know what emergency traffic is. But we didn't go emergency traffic. We just went. Well, the cop was already there because cops always respond to our calls too. That's just the way it was. And so the cop was already there. Well, we also saw the ghost hunter van that was there. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like the ghost hunter van from the TV show.
Right.
Like
sci-fi ghost hunters? Like that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And it's like, what are they doing here? So we get out, but I grab my bag. We go in, and sure enough, in the back bedroom, it was a trailer. It's in the back bedroom. The cop was standing there, the mom and dad, and this girl was on the bed on her knees, and she was just like convulsing. And the cop was going, I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I can't, well, we're standing there, and I'm standing right beside the cop. My partner was behind the mom. The dad was standing over in the corner, and then this girl going, and then she starts pointing right at the door, which was right between me and the cop, and going, it's right there. It's right there. And it's like, I'm looking back. I mean, dude, I was like, chills came across me because she was pointing right between me and the cop going, it's right there, right behind you. And I'm going, I don't see nothing. The cop goes, I don't see nothing. It's like, dude, this is I'm out of here. I'm not staying in here. Something is going on. This is and and it wasn't nothing physically wrong with the girl, but she needed a priest. I'm not gonna lie to you. She had something inside her that was trying to come out. And we actually left without doing anything. I mean, the mom and dad signed a paper saying that they didn't want her looked at, and it's just like, but that was a very, very weird experience for me. And yes, we have been going down old back roads on the ambulance, going to a call, and you catch things out of the corner of your eye.
Yes,
and
you
it's
do.
like, I mean, and going in the dark, 2:00 in the morning, lights blaring, and you see things, and it's like, what was that? There's no way that was a cow. There's no way that was we don't have bears, around here. It's like, what was that? And it's like, So
I can
I've
relate
had
to
many
that.
experiences like that. And I guarantee you a lot of people have, and they just like write it off. They just go, oh, that wasn't nothing. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Some of that stuff was too in your face to be written off. It's like,
But some people still do. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There was an incident where we were going to a location and
that's Jennifer. Yeah.
I'd love to.
Oh yeah. No, it's Bigfoot capital of the world. Yeah, actually. Yeah. The county is
Pacific Northwest. Oh, absolutely. I would love to go out there.
All kinds of stuff goes bumping the night out here.
Yeah. I've been to Seattle. I've been to Seattle and driving up Mount Lanier.
Rainier?
And yeah,
been there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that's creepy, dude. I mean,
I camped right in the middle of that ancient forest one time.
When you're at the bottom, and it's summertime and you're driving, and then all of a sudden you're driving and it starts snowing, it's like, okay, I've gone too damn high. I'm turning around. It ain't supposed to be snowing in July. No.
One summer, there's a river that's just a glacier run off there, and water's crystal clear. You can look down; it's like 20 feet deep. You see fish, swimming around. Well, I decided I was going to jump in that water. Oh boy, that was a big mistake.
Goodness,
that was cold. And there's some like hot springs. There used to be a what they thought was healing properties. The structure is no longer there, but there are these hot springs and they tore it down. Well, we hiked up and found the actual hot spring and soaked in it up to our necks, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, that whole area, there's a lot of really interesting stuff that happens. I remember one time we were going to a location in Dufur, Oregon, which is not too far from here, and this person had some strange claims in their home that they were dealing with. Well, on our way, we're driving, and this thing jumps out in front of the car, and we run and we hit it with our car and run over it to where it damages the car. And it was really odd because when it jumped over the guardrail, it was like the only way that I can describe it is it looked like some kind of primate almost. It wasn't like huge like Bigfoot, but it was like kind of about 4 feet tall and had longer arms, like a baboon kind of looking thing. Well, it jumped over the guardrail, and when it reached out in front of the headlights, I saw it had hands, like the way it looked. Well, we hit this thing, we run over it, and I jump out, and it damaged her car. It ripped the spoiler off the front of the car. But there's no hair, there's no blood, no nothing. I walked up and down the strip of road there to see if I could find where this thing was, and I couldn't find it. It was gone, and we hit it hard to where it should have been. If it was an animal, it should have been at least injured. There should have been blood, something. There was nothing, and that was a weird experience. And then come to find out, there's a doofer werewolf, believe it or not, and that was odd. That that there's this legend about this werewolf thing, and years later, I was talking to one of my bosses about, or I was telling somebody a story, the same story in front of her, and she kind of got this weird look on her face and got me aside and said, there was an accident up on Cabbage Hill, which is, it's east of here, and it was snowing, and this thing runs across the road, and it starts running up the road, up the other side of the road, right past us, and she said that's what it looked like. This thing that we had hit with our car, supposedly.
Wow.
And then there was another place that we moved to that there was something like that, getting people's animals, I guess. And we had experience. Hey, babe, come here for a minute. I'll have her tell the story because she was the one that witnessed it. Yeah, this is funny. This is a good one. Okay. Dog. Okay, we're talking about the thing that we hit with the car, and remember in Rufus how you were sitting there, we were talking about, you tell the story.
With Opal?
Yeah.
Oh God. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, so one night, we had this little dog. She was a little Chihuahua mix, and she was really good about going out and going potty by herself. So all you'd have to do is open the door, and she'd run out and do her thing and come back. And I was standing there talking to Chad. I was standing in the doorway. I'd let her out, and we were joking around about this friend of ours, this girl that he had been seeing, and he was into some weird stuff. And so
they were on their way to our house.
They were on their way to our house, and I think we were saying something like, say hi to your friends Baal and Beelzebub or something like that, and and I looked over because I saw Opal was coming up the stairs. It was about 3 steps to get up to the little porch and into the house, and just as she's taking the last step up, and she didn't know anything was coming. I didn't hear anything until it was there, and this thing, and the only way that I could describe it to Chad was, I said, it's what I would imagine a werewolf looked like.
The
thing came swooping in, and what it was doing, he was trying to get her, but I mean, whatever it was, just barely missed her. I didn't get to see the thing's face, but it was on all fours, and I just remember the real, like, super long hair on the elbows, coming off the elbows. And just this black hair, but it was, like I said, it was on all fours, but it was kind of human-like, but not real. I don't know. It was so hard to explain, and I screamed, literally the most blood-curdling scream that's ever come out of me, at the top of my lungs, and slammed the door shut. Because when it came running in, it just took a U-turn and just skidded in the gravel.
And the gravel was old. There's a big skid mark in the gravel when I went out there.
Where it had been.
And it's not the only encounter we had with that thing, by the way.
It was the one that I had. Only one I had. You had one.
Yeah, me and Doug did.
So it must have been really fast then.
Yeah.
And it's completely silent. I didn't hear it. You'd think that you would hear, like.
And there was something. Wasn't there something?
Yeah.
About some kind of big black animal that was getting people's animals there. People had seen it. Remember?
I vaguely.
And this woman. Okay, and remember the woman's story?
Yeah, that's the one that had the brother.
Yeah, that was
practicing Santeria.
That was spooky. Yeah, you were telling the story again to that plumber that was your friend or whatever. Tell him that story. about this all at
I
the
don't
same time.
remember it. I don't.
You were telling the story about the animal, and the woman broke down, started crying about
I
it.
just remember something about this large creature that.
Well, you were telling the story too.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but I don't remember her story that she repeated.
Well, she told me the story, but she said she had a reaction to it and started.
Yeah, because as I was talking about this thing that went after our dog.
Yeah.
She's like was very visibly shaken and started crying, and she told the story.
So she had an encounter too.
About.
Yeah, but she had an encounter. This was their brother-in-law.
They actually killed it.
Their brother-in-law had been into black magic, really deep into black magic, and had cursed them or something, and summoned up this thing that was out to get them, and their dogs ended up killing it, and it was just the story was just outrageous. But but this woman was very like a respectable looking elderly woman, like she wasn't like insane. I mean,
right.
Yeah, it was something else. But I remember one evening we were sitting there, and I set up a camera because where we lived there was like nothing on the other side of us. It was like it's this big canyon that went up in the middle of nowhere. And remember the footsteps we found in the ash and all that. You saw pictures of that,
yeah,
right?
I think didn't I send those to you, Gwen? The pictures of the footsteps.
You did a while ago, but I don't still have them.
That we think is this same thing, whatever it was. Bizarre, but yeah, this thing came down, and we were in a fifth wheel, a big fifth wheel, and me and my buddy Doug sitting there, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and something got underneath the trailer and pushed up on the bottom of the tip out with so much force that it tipped the whole trailer, kind of tipped the whole trailer.
Wow!
And we went out there, and I had a flashlight, and I could see something taking off, and I've never seen anything like it. Whatever it was moving fast, and it kept. You see an eye, but what it was doing is looking over its shoulder every once in a while when it was running away, and it was weird. But yeah, there's some weird stuff out there. I'm telling you, there's
definitely some weird stuff out there.
There is some weird stuff, but yeah, the whole Bigfoot phenomenon, definitely people are seeing something. Guarantee it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna go on the other side and say, do you think that it might be something interdimensional?
You know, that's always been, brought up about Bigfoot being interdimensional and stuff like that. I'm going to say no. I don't. I think it's a creature here, on this earth that's been here for a long time, and I think that it just hadn't been caught yet. And but like I said, the earth is so vast. There's so much of it that hasn't been even explored yet. I do think that there's something out there.
There's a lot that we don't. Yeah, there's a lot that we don't know. There's a lot we don't know.
I think it's underground.
And there's, and if it isn't an interdimensional creature, then like those shirts say, he's the best at world champion of hide and go seek.
Yeah, he's a hide and go seek.
You're not kidding.
Yeah,
and I'm not ruling it out by any means, because do I believe in aliens? Well, who knows? There's a lot of things that the government keeps from people.
Exactly. And, there's literally we have so much of that UFO activity here. We can go out on any given night and just sit there and kind of gaze up the stars, and you'll see something weird every night.
Yeah.
Every night. And there's this thing that looks like a ball of light that travels around, and every night,
Yeah.
Every night it's out there. And we've got a bunch of video of it, and it's bizarre. It's not a conventional aircraft. It's just, what these things are, they're so common that, definitely not normal. When we were kids, we didn't see this kind of stuff that's going on now. So that's bizarre. Very odd.
Can you guys see the comment?
Oh, some cool info James shared.
Yeah, share about the props that we used for forest through the trees.
Oh, props that was used to forest of the trees. There were several. Well, the first thing that, it's about a girl, it's about my daughter with heterochromia, which is a brown eye and a blue eye. Well, she had natural blue eyes. They had to go frame by frame and color her eye in. So that's not a prop, but that is a very
Interesting.
Tedious.
Interesting thing that, oh my goodness, the CGI that was used was amazing. Some of the props that were used were like, oh my goodness, we had from knitting needles to machetes to, well, the actual machete that I used, and it was real. We just, every time that we, went to do something with it, we used something else. But the props, I mean, we had the locations for Forest Through the Trees was amazing. It was in Northwest Arkansas, and some of the locations were absolutely beautiful. And even out there, talking about paranormal, you heard and seen things all the time out there in those woods, and that's where we was at most of the time, was in the woods. But so yeah, the props, we had a lot of props. Some of the props, actually, I think I know what she's talking about, Brenda. She's talking about the scene where the head guy from the cult has got my daughter and her girlfriend tied up. The props that you see back there on the wall, some of them came from actually big movies.
There you go. That's what she was saying.
Yep. Yeah. Our set director was the set director for Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, and a lot of other movies back in the early 90s. She was on, I mean, if it was a big movie done in the 90s, she was set director on it, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Some of the things were made by her, some of the things were gotten from different places, but she actually had things from different movies that she had on our set, like knives and stuff like that, skulls and stuff like that, that was set for the cult. Was from actual big movies. So that's a very cool. Thank you, Brenda, for doing that. Brenda is my fiance's aunt, and
cool.
And so she is a big supporter of me, and I love her to death, and I appreciate everything she does.
Can have those.
So yeah, absolutely. And but anyway, yeah, that we had some really cool props on that show and on that movie, and all because of the set director.
Interesting stuff.
That's awesome.
Very fascinating. Something to me, you've had a very fascinating journey so far.
It's
he's not done.
It's been
he's not done. No, he's not even close to being done. No,
I do about 20 conventions a year. This is going to be my first Paracon, and I'm hoping to get more.
I'm gonna give you names.
There you go.
I promise. You got to remind me though.
Oh, trust me. I'll remind you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. The conventions and stuff are so fun. Getting to meet so many people and so many of the fans that love the character of Jason, and now I'm actually getting known for a lot of my other movies. Even at the conventions, they're talking to me about other movies that I've done, like Forest Through the Trees and stuff like that. That's getting a lot of recognition on Amazon Prime, and it's fixing to go, like I said, to go into Tubi. It's on Streamify. I mean, it's on several different platforms, and it's won a buku of awards. So it's a really good movie. Yes, and I hope y'all have a chance to watch it. And it's not really horror. I mean, it's deemed horror, but I think it's more Signing the Canoe. Yeah. Okay. I was at a horror convention, and I was with Tommy McLaughlin, which is the director for Friday the 13th Part 6, and a couple of other actors from Friday the 13th Part 6, and we was all there together. This guy brought in the original canoe from the very first film.
Oh, wow.
Very, very cool.
Yes.
And and we all got to sign it. I even put my mask and stuff on and held it up over my head while Tommy and them were standing underneath it. I'm a lot taller than they were, and so I was holding it up above my head, and all that stuff, and we took pictures. But that was a very cool moment for me.
Right on.
Not just signing the canoe, but signing it with Tommy McLaughlin, the director.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Right.
6.
Well, that's like I said. That's an iconic character. That's good. Like that one. There's certain, things that once that you achieve them, and in the horror acting industry, I think Jason Voorhees would be one of the milestones that, you'd get to, and then that would
that would definitely everywhere I go. It's pretty cool when people realize who I was and who I played and all that stuff. It's been a very cool experience, and
cool.
yeah, and I love putting a smile on people's faces, man. That's my whole thing. If I'm out and someone wants an autograph, I usually bring pictures for them and stuff, and my waitresses and stuff like that. When I go places, they find out who I am. I always get, especially the ones that have kids. That's what gets me more than anything, because I love kids. I've always loved kids. I love seeing people smile and be happy, and it's just when I can put a smile on somebody's face just for the character that I played, that's worth more to me than any amount of money. So
right, no, that's true. No, when you can impact someone's life for the better, that's definitely a feeling that is worth. Yeah, it's priceless. Actually, yeah, it's definitely that's what it's all about.
It is. That's why Chad and I both will go out if somebody calls and help if they need something.
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
We're far apart, so we.
Yeah, well, and it doesn't pay a dime to do so. I mean, myself, but it's worth it. That part's worth it, definitely.
It is,
and it's the thing that drives you to keep doing what you're doing above everything else.
Absolutely. Yeah. If I don't make another movie ever in my entire life, I've gotten to see the joy on people's faces that I've brought from just the movies that I've done so far, and that's worth $1 million.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. And it's a shame. There's some people out there that don't understand, that don't know that feeling. They don't. That's the best. I mean, that is the best in life, right there. The rest of
always. Yeah, when people come up to me, they say, "I don't want to bother you. I don't." You're not bothering me. If it wasn't for people like you, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm at right now. Exactly. You're the fans, man. You're the ones that I do this for. Yeah, I don't care. I'll stop in the middle of a meal. I'll stop anywhere and take pictures with people, and just to see the smile on their face. It's worth more to me than any amount. I will never turn anybody away. That's not the way I am. I know where I came from. I'm not. No, I'm not like that. I'm never going to be like.
You're miles ahead of a lot of people. Let me tell you.
You are.
And I hate that.
I sent him a message, and I was like, would you be willing? He's like, I'd love to, and I was like, because most people are like, yeah, thank you.
It's been a great show. Thank you, and I'd love to have you back on. It'd be great to have you back on,
guys. I look at it this way: if it wasn't for people like you guys bringing people like me on, giving us the platform to be able to share our stories, to share what we love and our passions, then it wouldn't happen. It's guys like you that make my job easy. And I appreciate you guys for what you're doing. That's the reason I said I've come back on your show anytime that you ask me to. Anytime. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's just.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime you want to come on, you're welcome.
Just let us know.
It's been a great show. It's been a fun show. It's been a fun show. And
how can people reach out to you if they want to look you up?
I'm on all platforms. Instagram is probably the best. Facebook, of course, Facebook limits you to 5,000 friends. I'm kind of maxed out right now. So Instagram is probably the best way, but I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm all over all the platforms. IMDb, that's one of the best places to look me up. Go to imdb.com, put in my name. You can see everything that I've got coming up, see everything that I've got going. You can, so you can even Google me. You'll see I'll come up movie producer. You'll see all the stuff. It'll take you to my IMDb page. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on, oh my goodness, I'm on so many different platforms. Linktree. I got a Linktree. I'm out there everywhere. So, and I appreciate it. And yes, thank you for allowing me to say that. And yes, but go to Instagram, because that's where I post a lot of pictures, and I keep up with my people with movie, inspirational quotes and stuff like that. It's about uplifting people. you don't want anybody to think they're nobody, and that's the whole thing. And
No, exactly.
and that's my whole saying to everybody. You know, I want to make everybody feel like they're worthy and needed, and they need to
Well,
be.
they are, you know, there's nobody
Absolutely,
like
they are. But a lot of
Yeah,
people
that'd be very-
don't know that. So
Right. No, it's true. True. There's a lot of
Exactly.
negativity out there right now, and
well, there's a
it's
lot of people
important.
hurting, and you know, it's just like the old saying. You know, it's just like the Robin Williams of the world. You know, Robin
Yeah.
Williams, you thought was the happiest go lucky guy in the world, and yet inside he was dying, and nobody knew.
Right.
And that's scary. And I don't.
Yep.
And I
That's a
don't
lot of
want
the
anybody
cases. A
to
lot of
think.
times, I guess.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
that's how they deal with their own demons, so to speak, and no, there's a lot of people out there that are suffering that you never know, you know, and you never know. Just you know, the slightest little act could really do a lot for people.
Yep.
And understand that is you know, fundamental, very.
It is.
But if you're ever in the Pacific Northwest, sir, you should have an adventure.
I will get a hold of you if I'm ever out there that way.
Yeah, like if
I'd
you ever
love
go to Portland, Oregon, or even Seattle again.
Well, I've been trying to get a convention out there. I just don't know. Do you know of any conventions going on out there?
There are some out here, and there's one in Portland. There's actually a team that is here in the Pacific Northwest that put on that does a convention every year. I can reach out to them, and we can see where we can get going. Maybe we can get you out here.
That'd be cool.
I would appreciate it. It means a lot to me. That's one part of the world. I've been up to the Northeast a lot, Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
Oh yeah,
Up there a lot. You know, up that coastline and stuff. But I haven't done a lot out west. You know, been to Vegas a couple times. I've been to LA, of course, like that and stuff like that. But I haven't been up to the northwest like that.
This definitely, from what I hear, comparing this, definitely there's something that definitely goes bump in the night up here. There's a lot of cool stuff. So
I
There he
think
is.
so. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd love to show you around. It'd be fun.
I'd love it. I'd love it, Chad. That'd be fun, man.
Right on.
So you guys is hitting an hour, and so we're gonna have to scooch in just a minute.
No. I totally understand. Again, thank y'all for having me.
No, go ahead. You can go.
It's been great.
It's been a great show. Thank you for coming on. It's been awesome. And like I said, I'd love to have you back. It'd be my honor.
Yeah. Brenda said we were gonna go to Lake.
I'm gonna take you down.
So how do you see last name? Is it Stokes?
Stokes. S-T-O-K-E-S. Yeah.
Okay.
Do what now?
James Stokes, everybody.
Yes, James
One
Stokes.
and only.
Yes.
All right, look him up. Check him out. He's got some good stuff coming up. And
yes.
lots of good
and
stuff.
I'm gonna pull you down for a minute if you want to hold on for a second in the background.
Sure.
James. Okay. All right. So he was cool, and I get to meet him this weekend coming. I hope anybody that's watching, if you come to Deep South, you're going to get to see him and take a picture with him and get his autograph and just pick his brain, and that'll be cool. So, Chad, are you going to get to come to Deep South? Y'all had talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yep, we're coming. That is the plan.
Okay. Well, if you let me know for sure.
I'll let you know. That's the 9th. Wait. That's the 9th. That's the 9th, right? That was this month, right?
Yeah, well, it's the 8th, 9th, and 10th, but we'll be there, I think, a day early. So let us know if you're actually getting to come, okay?
Okay, I will for sure. No, that's the plan.
All right, so tell everybody good night so we can
all right, well, everybody have a good night.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in, those that tuned in, and it's been Chasing Nightmares. See you next time.